Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nicholas from Keller Williams. As you can see in St. Petersburg today, it is a little bit dark and gloomy, so we're going to go ahead and talk about something that many people are not familiar with, and that is flood zone codes. So, if you're interested in living in St. Petersburg, you got to think about flood. There are typically two codes that we're going to look through. The first is an AE, and the second is called an X. You might be hear it as X500, X100, and I'll explain what the differences of those are. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So AE is a flood zone, a high-risk flood zone. And what that typically means is that your property will have a greater than 1% chance of flooding each year. So how they do that is they basically take a look at the code itself and say that if it's in this area, that it will flood once every 100 years or more. So that typically, man, it is dark underneath this tree. So they're going to assess the risk as a flood zone. And then the flood zone code X is going to be less than a 1% chance of flooding every year. So typically you see it written out as X, X500, or just an X100. Give me a second. So what does flood zone codes mean for you if you're buying on a conventional loan? So if you're buying on a conventional loan and you happen to be purchasing a house in a flood zone AE, you're going to have to pay for flood insurance. So this flood insurance will be evaluated based off the property's purchase price. My resource for your premiums is going to be neptuneflood.com. So feel free to take a look at them and get a quote for how much your property would cost. Again, going underneath this dark tree, it's so dark. If you're purchasing on a conventional loan and you happen to be purchasing in a flood zone X, X100, or X500, you will not be required to have flood insurance. However, that might be changing in the next couple of months here, so stay tuned for an update on that. So that's not going to be included on your homeowner's insurance overall. They actually don't include that in the event of your house flooding. And that doesn't have to be for a hurricane. It actually can also be for just a regular storm or any time that the property is flooded through a natural disaster. And the way they categorize that is not necessarily limited to hurricanes. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.